Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a full face of the makeup products that I've made you buy. I've asked you guys on my Instagram stories a couple weeks ago, what are the makeup products that I've influenced you to buy that you saw me use on my channel and you went out and purchased? And I was actually so shocked at how many of you were influenced by my videos and how many of you have purchased products based off of my recommendations. So I'm going to be doing a full face using all of those products today, and I'm actually so excited because a lot of these are my favorites that I talk about a lot. So I'm just really excited to get glam and do my makeup today using a lot of my favorite products that I influenced you guys to buy. So I really hope that you guys enjoy seeing this video, and let's go ahead and get started. Let's get started. Of course, as always, I'm starting off with the brows, and one of you, actually my good friend Alyssa, said I influenced her to buy the Fenty Beauty Brow MVP. And I actually remember going with her to Sephora and picking this out for her. So thank you so much for participating and for recommending that I use this today. I absolutely love this brow pencil. It's definitely a very, very close runner-up for me next to my brow is. So I'm going to use this today, and I have this in the shade medium brown. The actual formula of this and how it applies is so similar to the brow is. Of course, the difference is just that brush on the end. It has more of like that paddle brush instead of a spoolie, and I would say it's almost a little bit thinner than the brow is, which I don't really have a preference. I really like them both, but I just love doing my eyebrows with this. It's so quick and easy. There are the eyebrows with just the Fenty pencil so far. This is just so good. I love how it makes my eyebrows look every single time that I use it. But most of you guys know that I also like going in with a brow powder, and one of you said that I influenced you to buy Profusion makeup, and you didn't say exactly what, but for today I'm going to be using my Profusion Cosmetics eyebrow powder. This is so old and beat up at this point. This came in a little kit with like some tweezers and some brow gel and stuff like that, but I love this shade of brow powder right here that I hit pan on. So since you said I influenced you to buy Profusion, I'm going to finish off my brows with this brow powder, and I believe this is in the shade light to medium. I don't know, everything rubbed off on this. It's so old. I just went ahead and primed and set my eyelids off of camera because no one mentioned any sort of eye primer. So I just quickly went ahead and primed with some concealer and powder. But for eyeshadow, you guys mentioned a couple of different palettes that you said I had influenced you to purchase. But for today, I think I'm going to go with the Jackie Aina palette just because I feel like I talk about this a lot, but on the other hand, I haven't actively used it on my channel in a couple of months now. And also the other options, I feel like I've used way more on my channel. You guys also mentioned that I influenced you to purchase the bite-size eyeshadow palettes, which I knew that was coming because e.l.f. is amazing and they're so affordable, as well as the ColourPop Nude Mood, which is another one of my favorites. But I think today I'm going to go for the Jackie Aina palette because I kind of want to go maybe a little bit more cool tone today. I could use some of the different shades, maybe some purple, maybe some of this like green or silvery taupey shade. I don't know, just to try to change it up a little bit. So as always, for my transition shade, I'm going to go in with the shade Ginger first. I'm just going to go in and start fluffing this right around the crease of my eye. I want to say again a huge thank you so much to everyone who participated and let me know the products that I'd influenced them to buy. I honestly didn't think it would be enough to create a full face of makeup. And I don't know why, because when I watch YouTubers, I'm buying stuff left and right. I'm so easily influenced and I buy a lot of products from my favorite YouTubers. I really didn't think any of you would buy stuff that I talk about and I recommend. It kind of felt a little surreal. Just thank you so much again to anyone who replied to my Instagram story and let me know. This has been so fun so far, and I can't wait to see all of the products together on my face. Now I want to go in and deepen the look, so I'm going to take the same shade Ginger and mix it with the dark brown in here called Credit. And I'm going to run this right in my crease line, right below that original shade that I put on. I definitely think I want this look to be a little deeper, a little bit more smoky than I normally go. So instead of just putting the deep color on the outer corner, I'm going to run it through my whole crease. Okay, wow, that definitely took a lot of blending. I don't think I've ever used this brown shade in that capacity, meaning like running it all up through my crease and everything, not just on the outer corner area here. Now I'm going to go in with just the dark brown shade to kind of close off this outer corner. The darker shades are down. This is definitely getting dark and smoky for me, but I love it. I haven't really been doing like really deep eyeshadow looks lately, so I'm really enjoying this one so far. Now I want to go ahead and just carve out the front of my lid, and I'm going to use the concealer that you guys said I influenced you to buy. One of you said that was the Shop Miss A liquid concealer. This is incredibly full coverage. It's kind of like borderline paint, but it's not drying. I just absolutely love this concealer. It's only $1. I have a full video up on my channel testing out Shop Miss A dollar makeup products. A few of you also replied and said that I'd influenced you to buy the hydrating camo concealer, which is always an amazing one, but I figured I use that one a lot here on my channel, so today I'm going to use the AOA Studio Shop Miss A dollar concealer, even for under my eyes a little bit later. Initially for my lid, I was going to use the shade on the end here, which is called Lituation, but I think this is going to be too dark for what I want. I don't know if you guys can see, it's kind of like a purpley taupe shade. I do typically like more of a bright lid, but I am trying to switch it up. So I just went ahead and grabbed the e.l.f. Bite Size palette in the shade Truffles, which is more cool tone. A couple of you guys did mention that I influenced you to buy these palettes. I think I'm going to take this silvery taupe shade in here. As you guys can see, these are very similar, but this one right here that is on my middle finger is just a little bit lighter. I think this is going to be a little bit more light catching when I put it on my lid. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. I think I've used this before, but I don't think I've used it since maybe the first time that I ever tested out these bite-size eyeshadows. And this is exactly the type of shade that I was looking for. It's like cool tone, a little bit taupey, but this one has a nice light catching silvery undertone as well. So it's still going to give that nice brightened look to the front of my lid. Oh my gosh, this looks gorgeous. I love these shades together, and I feel like I always hate on cool tones until I actually put them on, and then I just love them. They're so nice. Jumping on over to doing the base, I'm going to do my mascara last because no one left me any mascara recommendations, so I'm just going to throw on one that I have in my collection once my makeup is done. But I want to move on over to the base, and I am so excited because, again, you guys mentioned some of my favorite products ever, and I love doing my base makeup. So one of you mentioned that I influenced you to buy the Wet n Wild Hydrating Primer Serum, which I absolutely love. I was so excited that one of you mentioned this because I always use this underneath my makeup. But if you are looking for something that's not only hydrating but also very gripping on the skin as well, this is definitely something that I think you will love because it's the best of both worlds, where it's hydrating enough to make the skin feel nice and plump, but it also gets tacky as you keep rubbing it in. So it's going to really grip on to any makeup that you put on top of it. The same person that said that I influenced them to buy the Wet n Wild Hydrating Primer said I also influenced them to purchase the e.l.f. Putty Primer, and someone else said that as well, and someone said everything e.l.f., which I think is so funny because I know I talk about them so much on my channel. This doesn't need an introduction or an explanation. I'm just going to go ahead and apply this to prep for my foundation. For foundation, one of my amazing subscribers, Steph, she said so many things, but my favorite is the ABH foundation. So that's what I'm going to be using today. I have not used this foundation in a hot minute, you guys, mainly because I think it's going to be dark on me. This is like a summer shade. It's very yellow and golden undertone. I definitely think this is going to be dark on me for this time of year, but we are going to make it work because this is what you suggested for foundation. I will say, as much as I love this foundation, I find that it is not the most forgiving on textured areas, and I love this foundation, but it's honestly only completely flawless when I'm having a really good skin day. Lately, these past couple of weeks, I feel like I've had some extra texture. I've been trying out some new skincare products and I haven't had any reactions. I think my skin is just kind of purging a little bit in some areas. There's the foundation all done. And as I mentioned earlier, when I was carving out my lid, I'm going to be using the AOA Studio Shop Miss A Dollar Concealer today. Now this is very, very fair, so this might look crazy on top of this foundation, but I'm hoping it'll just even it out. Wow. I'm hoping it'll even it out more than anything. A little bit of this concealer goes a really long way. It's super thick. I didn't get any responses for any particular face powders that I influenced one of you guys to purchase, but one of you did say e.l.f. anything, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. I have been loving this. This makes me extremely, extremely dewy by the end of the day, so I have a feeling in combination with this ABH Luminous Foundation, I will probably be like a grease ball tonight after I've been wearing this for like 8 hours. But this really just sets the makeup so nicely, and it's been one of my favorite everyday powders. For my bronzer today, one of you said that I made you purchase the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer, another one of my favorites. Wow, I actually haven't used this in a while because I've been obsessed with the e.l.f. bronzer and the Fenty bronzer, but I think this is going to look really nice today because it is a little bit more reddish than I've typically been using, and I think it's going to complement the eyes nicely, opposed to if I use like a super warm orangey bronzer. Maybe I should have been a little bit more light-handed considering my foundation is already a tad dark, but I'm going to try to blend it out. I've been really like taking my bronzer in this little divot right here under my lip. I read that it can make your lip look more full, but I just really like how the bronzer looks under there. Another popular response that a few of you said I have made you purchase are the e.l.f. Bite Size Face Palettes. So today I'm going to be using this for my blush, and this duo is in the shade Lychee. I love this blush, and I think it'll look really pretty with today's eye look. I've been seeing a lot of people keep their blush almost where I would normally highlight, and I've seen it lift the face. It looks really pretty. So I've been trying to remember to place my blush more up here. I cannot get over how good these are for $3. The specific highlighter in this Lychee duo is too dark for me at the moment, but this blush is definitely one of my favorites. I use it all of the time. For my highlighter today, I'm going to be using another Profusion product. This is their Blush and Glow Volume 1 palette. This is so pretty. I used to use this all of the time. I think I'm going to mix these two highlighter shades together, the more white one and the more golden one. Oh, wow. That's a lot more intense than I remember. The highlighters in here are so pretty. I definitely do wish I had a shade that was a little bit more champagne on its own, not too stark white or too yellow or too orange. I honestly just mixed all three of them to get this shade on my cheek, but I definitely want to look into more Profusion. I haven't purchased anything new from them. I want to say since the first time that I actually tried out their products and I purchased their products for my channel. That was the first and last time that I purchased anything from their brand, but everything honestly really impresses me. You guys know I love their mattes palette so much. That's so good. Now I'm going to jump back to the eyes. I'm going to finish up the lower lash line with the shade Ginger. I just went ahead and popped off camera to throw on some mascara, and I actually started applying some of this e.l.f. liquid glitter, but then I forgot that I wasn't recording. I only did one of my inner corners. This is another product that I have made one of you purchase from talking about it on my YouTube channel. And I love these, you guys. These retail for $5. They are dupes for the Stila glitters that used to be so popular here on YouTube. And they are just so good. So I'm taking the shade, what shade is this, you guys? I think it's Disco Queen or something like that. I don't think oh yeah, it's in the shade Disco Queen. It is on the bottom. But I'm just taking this right on the inner corner just for a little pop of glitter. I think it looks really cute in there. The very last product that I have for today's video is the NYX Intense Butter Gloss in the shade Tres Leches. My really good friend Alex that I actually met here on YouTube said that I influenced her to purchase this, and this unlocked so many memories for me. I haven't used this in so long, but I remember being so excited when these came out because the original butter glosses are so good. These are kind of just one step up with pigment and staying power. I'm just going to quickly give myself a little outline with the House Laboratories lip liner. Now I'm going to go in with the NYX Intense Butter Gloss. I feel like NYX is making a huge comeback, and that's all thanks to TikTok. I actually just purchased 2 of those really viral Shine Loud liquid lipsticks. I'm going to be filming a testing viral TikTok makeup here on my channel sometime soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. But I just remember these Intense Butter Glosses being so thick and pigmented. I would wear these all the time. Oh wow. The smell is bringing back so many memories. Oh, do you guys see how pigmented that is? It's definitely a little more pinky than the lip liner that I'm wearing, but I still think it works. I totally forgot how amazing these were. Look at how pigmented and glossy. They are a little bit sticky. I do remember them being just a tiny bit sticky, but I also remember these lasting on the lips forever. And this is such a beautiful shade too. I think it looks so nice with the more cool tone eyes, a little bit more pinky tone. I don't wear a lot of pinky tones on the lips, but this is really flattering with this whole makeup look. I love this. I actually might put this in my purse. I think this is going to be a really great touch-up lipstick. Oh my gosh, this just looks so good. All right, you guys, so here it is. Here is my full face of makeup products that I have made you buy. This was so much fun to film, and just thank you guys so much again for sending these product recommendations over my way. I had so much fun putting this look together. I think it came out so nice, and it was just so much fun to play around with all of my favorite products that I have influenced you guys to purchase, because a lot of these are newer to me, but some of them, like the NYX Tres Leches or the Profusion products, I hadn't reached for in a while, and it was so fun to play around and rediscover some of those products. I feel super glam right now. I absolutely love this look. So thank you guys again to all of you who participated on my Instagram story. Definitely make sure you guys are following me on my Instagram at Jackie and Makeup, because when I film videos like this, I always ask you to reply on my Instagram story. So definitely follow me over over there if you want to participate in videos like this. I really love to get you guys involved with my content and my videos, but overall, I really hope that you guys enjoyed seeing this video and spending time with me today. If you did, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Also, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel before you leave. I would love to have you guys here as part of my little YouTube fam. If you don't want to miss out on any of my future videos, click that notification bell down below and you'll get notified every single time that I upload a new video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!